Hello and welcome. In this short series, we are going to dive into the topic of sports psychology and some of the mental tools that can be used in both practices and competitions. Sports psychology is such an interesting topic because so much of what we see in athletics happens before an athlete even steps out onto a court. Mindset and mental preparation are such big components of what leads to success in a lot of different athletic endeavors. So today I want to start by talking about the 4 pillars for success. And these are sort of the 4 main ingredients for the correct mindset that can lead to success in athletics. There are obviously more than just these 4, but these are 4 that research have shown have a really big impact on how an athlete practices and how they compete. And they are openness, mindset, positivity, and dedication. So let's really quick just break down what each of those would look like. When we say openness, what we mean is being open to feedback. And this is so important in any athletic endeavor because there's always room for improvement. So being open to feedback from all coaches, no matter who they are or what they can offer, will only make an athlete better as a competitor. So it's really important to go into training by being really open to any and all feedback that you can get. Do your best not to take it as criticism and take it as face value with no thought about this coach doesn't like me or this coach is coming down hard on me. Use the information to get better. The idea behind this openness pillar is that there's always an opportunity to improve. And people who are open and constantly looking for those opportunities to even get just a little bit better at whatever they're doing, they're going to find them and they're going to beat their opponents who don't take feedback well. Because if all you ever want to hear is you're amazing and you're doing a great job, you're more likely to rest on those laurels and you're never going to find those tiny little places where you can continue improving. Even when you are at your absolute best, chances are there are still ways that you can improve. And so being really open to feedback and really craving that feedback is a big key to success in athletics. The second of the 4 pillars for success is mindset. And what we mean by mindset is the right mindset when you go into a competition. Having the right mindset doesn't mean going into a competition and knowing that you can win, although that's great and that confidence is fantastic, especially when it's true. But having a good mindset means going into that competition and knowing no matter what that contest throws at you, no matter what happens that is outside of your control, any type of adversity that's thrown at you, whether it's lane conditions or field conditions, or things your opponent says or things your opponent does, that you know you're going to go into that contest and do everything within your power to do the best that you absolutely can. It's so easy to get distracted by all of these other things taking place in athletic competitions. Drama, coaches, parents, things other people say, equipment malfunctions, things that happen that we just absolutely have no control over. So going in with a mindset that you're going to do everything within your power to do your best every single time you step on a court or step into a bowling alley or step onto the field is the mindset that's going to lead to more success. Because if we allow ourselves to get distracted by all of these other things we can't control, we're going to feel out of control. And going right along with that is the 3rd pillar of positivity. And what we mean by positivity is not necessarily being happy all the time, because we know that's not realistic and it's not always going to happen. But if we can look at challenging situations in athletics and look at them as opportunities, just like we look at feedback as opportunities to improve, we will see those obstacles as opportunities to perform better. Situations that we can learn from to prevent them from happening again. Being positive is so much more productive than being negative because it allows you to move forward from challenging situations or unpleasant outcomes that we see in sports. But it's a lot easier said than done because it's really easy to become negative about these things that happen to us, especially when a competition or a play or a shot doesn't go as well as we wanted it to. But that kind of negativity can hinder those future performances because what we're doing is hanging on to past problems, rethinking about that last shot that wasn't good, that last game score that wasn't as high as we wanted it to, the last thing that happened that made me upset. By ruminating on these things that happened in the past, we're unable to move forward in a productive and positive way. So by viewing anything unpleasant that happens in a competition, be it a bad game, a bad move, a bad shot, whatever it might be, by viewing those as opportunities to learn. That is what we mean by being positive in those situations. Not necessarily happy that we had them, but what can we learn from them to make sure that we do better in the future? By keeping that mentality in mind, you know that you're going to be able to move forward, making the next move, the next play, the next shot, the best one of the day. And the last pillar is dedication. Because the simple fact is you have to love what you do to stick with something for a long time. And the only time we really see success in these sporting endeavors is when we stick with something and work hard at it for weeks and months and years. And that dedication keeps us from quitting when things get challenging. And we know we're always going to face challenges when it comes to training and when it comes to competing. And so what dedication does is it closes that book before you even open it up to ask those questions. So when frustrations arise, instead of asking, why am I doing this? You've already answered that for yourself. And you know that there's no other option than to keep moving forward. And by committing to that early, you're more likely to endure all of the difficulties and the frustrations that follow that are going to lead to greater success on the other side. So these are the 4 pillars for success in athletics. Try to commit to these over the course of your season. Be open to coaching. Take feedback as a chance to improve and look for feedback wherever it comes from whomever it comes from. Set your mind before all competitions, knowing that you're going to give your best no matter what is thrown at you and control what you can control. Try your best to be positive. Look for opportunities to learn and let go of all of the thoughts and emotions that are only going to bring you down and hold you back. And then finally, be dedicated. Remember why you love the sport and commit to doing whatever needs to be done in order for you to be successful at it. And I promise you, success will follow. Thank you.